is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the July 15th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. We knew not can make that one little 2x4 shift. Well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I will go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, let those fingers do the walking. That means go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com, inside the subject heading. If you'd be kind enough to put radio show question and in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we've got a mixed bag out here. And that mixed bag shows the Dow and the Dow Transports being the only two indices trading the upside. The Dow's up 26. The trannies are up 42. The S&P's off 17, 0.4%. NASDAQ 100, 0.9 or 134 points. Russell's off 0.6 or 13 points. Semis 2 3/10, down 77. Gold is up 2.50. Silver 9 cents. Light sweet crude is off 84 pennies. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, it's Boston Beer up 12 bucks. Moderna up 11. MSCI up 8. Bionatech up 7 or 8. Sight Sciences up about 8 bucks as well. The downside, leading the charge, it's Amazon. It is now Teleflex off 46.54. Amazon 44.55. Chipotle 31. Nvidia $30.50. And that is where we're going to begin our day. We're going to begin it with Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing great, Steve. I appreciate you taking the call. I hope you're doing well.
I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. And NVIDIA trading right now at 762 and change out there. How can I best help you?
I don't have a position. I'm calling hoping that we can kind of establish some levels.
Sure.
To the downside. I know they're doing a split on the 21st of this month. I believe it's a 4-for-1. And I did see that it's below the OUL on the daily, and I think the weekly is at 750. So I just wanted to have you take a look at maybe the TAS, and maybe you can look at that on the weekly as well, just to see if that's what you have. But just some levels to maybe be looking at. And I just think it's going to be easier to establish those numbers now before they do the split, and then I can just divide everything by 4 after the fact, but try to
Sure.
You know, I'd rather do it now. It's easier.
Okay, and we're going to have to look at some of these other patterns and levels out here, folks, because if we take a look at the weekly and the monthly chart, we're going to see that the profile levels, which price is trading well above, are way down below. Now, when I say way down below, prices at 762. The top of the weekly is 569. The top of the monthly is 425. And Brent, price is right now today down below the bottom of its daily profile. So those weekly and monthly numbers, you can write them down on a pad of paper, but chances are, we'll go find out. Chances are we would see a bottom in NVIDIA before then. You never know. But right now, those targets are too far away. What we know also, before we take a look at my other white background charts, is that there is a to B equals CD pattern. Is it going to be confirmed from a volume standpoint? The B point that is taken out was July 8th, had about 13 million shares. And right now you're at about 7.5. So it's going to be pretty close. But what I would also be looking for from a pattern standpoint, because this would most certainly be a Gartley buy, is watch for the next bullish reversal candle. Where that's going to happen, that I can't say. But if we do get one, odds favor that is the bottoming pattern or bottoming signal. So any questions so far about these three charts before I bring over the white ones?
No, that should take care of that. And I hope we can look and see what kind of counts we're in.
Absolutely.
On the other chart.
Absolutely. So let's go take a look at our 8-panel chart that we do for our for charts like this, or for instruments like this, like NVIDIA. And so if we take a look at the monthly chart, we don't see any kind of a topping pattern that's been confirmed just yet. Its oscillator and change line is at 642. Now, we know that that's going to change, but that gives us a range out there on that time frame. The weekly, you mentioned 750. I've got 744 right now, so it was probably at 750 when you looked at it on your system. That number is also going to change. So we got 641 and 745, basically. But the good news is we also get over and take a look at the daily time frame. And the question is price just pulling back to its breakout level? Its last breakout occurred at 755.78. If price were to close below that area, then we would look to the next breakout area, and that would be at 697.75. So we'll know here shortly, could even be today, might be tomorrow, as price attacks that 755.78 area. As I go to, then we start going to intraday timeframes. And folks, for intraday timeframes, there's basically 5 of them we use. 195 minutes, because there's 295-minute bars in a day. Price here has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, so it's also got the A to B equals CD. So on a shorter term time frame, Brent, you could take a look at these A to B equals CD patterns to the downside on these intraday charts to look for maybe an early signal versus what would come from the daily time frame. And really that's across the board, whether I look at a 130-minute chart. The 130-minute chart suggests that price is gunning for 735. 735 is its next TD9 count breakout level. This is going to be bar number 7. So there could be a short-term-ish bottom that forms over, let's see, if you're in bar number 7, 8, 9, 10. There's too many minutes left in the trading day, so that would say sometime tomorrow is a pattern. I'd watch the 30-minute chart for a signal. The reason is that it is now going to form. So at 1:30, you're going to be in the bar following bar number 9 of its TD9 count pattern. And so whatever that low is, if price closes below that, that tells us about a continued strong momentum move to the downside. I don't know where that low is going to be because it's only 113. But whatever that low is in this half-hour candle, I would definitely note that on my screen. We could see a little bit of a bounce, but again, a close below it is going to tell you about very strong momentum move to the downside out there. Brent, what questions do you have that I haven't given you information for?
I think it's going to go a ways lower, personally. I mean, I wouldn't want to buy the thing unless it gets down to under 700 or, in that range somewhere, and just I'll be watching it. I mean, it's great you're getting all these numbers, but to be watching, that's what I was hoping for. And then that, for me personally, I'm not going to bother unless it gets down to some level I think is worthy of buying, and that would be quite a bit lower than where it's at right now.
And what was your target area range?
Oh, I would need something definitely below 700 to even be, thinking about doing it.
So in that case, then, what you're really looking for, so to give you an exact number, you're looking for the 755.78, its first TD9 breakout level, to fail. And then the next one would be 697.75. So, there's your 700 target, and let's see how this thing plays out.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
You bet. Have a great afternoon. That was Brent DeMartinez, California. We'll be right back, folks.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. And he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 17 now. S&P's off 20. Let's get to some of our questions out here. The first one coming in from Michael W. Mike wants to take a look at October feeder cattle, which trades between 9:30 and 2:05, 275 minutes. So I've got this chart out here for Michael. Michael, I could not get the feeder cattle to come through on my Ninja Trader charts out there. I'll have to work on that this afternoon and figure out what's going on with that. So I can't give you the TD9 counts. You asked the question, has the TD9 bottom been made on any time frame? And so I can't answer that. But what I can do for these different time frames, daily, 55-minute, and 25-minute, just to break the day up to even bars, I've got that on here. And so here's what we know. If you take a look at the daily picture, which is going to be the larger one, the pullback so far inside of feeder cattle has been really to a trend line, rising trend line, as well as the bottom of its daily profile. So the level that you would be looking at is 160.32. Now, because you're asking about TD9 counts, looks like you're trying to trade this to the upside. Just realize that should you take this trade here or close to this level, you're in a daily bearish structured profile. So you've got resistance at 162.69 and 163.49. When we look at a 55-minute time frame chart, you're also going to see a rising trend line. Price hit that at about 9:30 this morning. That is held. It's just trading with inside a very bullish structured profile. Now, I say very bullish because both the center, and you don't see a center, the center and the bottom are the same levels, 160.925 out there. So a close below that would say, hey, maybe being long is wrong. That's coming from your 55-minute chart. Your 25-minute time frame chart also shows both a rising and a descending trend line, and price trading with inside a bullish structured profile. So support there is 160.96. So you got 160.96, 160.92, and around 160.32. That's in essence your entry range out here. Has it proven itself to the upside? Not on any kind of short-term time frame charts, but those would be the levels that I believe that you are looking at. To the upside resistance on your 25-minute and your 55-minute chart, just put a descending trend line. If price can clear the profiles, that would become the price target area. So, Michael, I hope that helps you out. I'm sorry that I can't answer your question with regard to the TD9 counts. If I can get that resolved on my Ninja Trader system, I'll send you those charts. I just don't know how long it's going to take to get resolved. So thanks so much for writing in. The next question is from Ray, and Ray is in Sarasota, and he said, I sold my shares in Kinder Morgan and Energy Transfer Partners, and I'm looking for some guidance as to where to consider buying back both of those stocks. So let's go take a look at that for Raymond. Let's switch over, take a look at our 8-paneled series for Kinder Morgan. And what we're going to see here is what? We're going to see an A to B. Well, first I'm going to go to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, that's what we're going to use as kind of our proxy at the moment. The daily time frame has both a TD9 count top, bar number 8, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. And right now, this is price that cleared the first breakout level, 1847, and the second one is at 1716. So even though I cannot draw an A to B equals CD on this version of software, in essence I can do it by just simply drawing the A to B point, going ahead and copying that, and then moving the C to D point out here. And what you'll see is if this is an A to B equals CD, we don't know if it is or not because price is not taking out the low of June 18th, which is 1765. But should it do so, then what you'd be looking at is around the 1716 area. Because there's an A to B equals CD to the downside, much like we looked at in NVIDIA, Ray, what you'd be looking for is a bullish reversal candle should price get down into that area. So it's around 1716 is where you're going to want to begin to look for that bottoming signal. Do I have any other piece of information that can assist us? You know, on the weekly basis, price is below the bottom of its weekly profile. So 2 weeks below that would suggest that A to B equals CD on the day time frame is likely to happen. There are some short-term bottoming signals from Rhodes Momentum Indicator or TD9 counts out here, but nothing has cleared any key levels of resistance. So those were just small counter-trend rallies in a move that looks like Kinder Morgan may want to go lower. But if I go to my other charts, and let me see if I can do this here, even though I don't have it on the screen for you, I'm just going to check out the volume, KMI. And I'm not going to change screens for you. I'm just going to let you know what we're looking at. So that swing point from back on June 18th had volume of 25 million shares, and you're pushing into it with only 7 right now. And even if we double it, you know, it's not going to, you don't have the volume to take that out at this stage. So, but you're looking for a, you're looking for an entry area. That would really be it at this stage of the game for Kinder Morgan. Your other interest is in energy phase, right? What is that, EP? Is that EP? ET, energy transfer. So let's go ahead and get the energy transfer charts here populated. ET, phone home. And on energy transfer, here's what I know while these charts are being populated. Price is well below the bottom of its daily profile. In fact, let's pull the profile. We've got another A to B equals CD to the downside. And today's a gap to the downside. It looks like it could be a hammer candle. And that would be the question. If by day's end, if this is a hammer candle, is that a buy the D point? And the problem with saying yes to that is we don't have that now, by the way, is that we could have a bullish hammer candle and a gap to the downside. So you would have two messages. What I like to do then is blend the two candles together, fill the gap, which would then basically say, no, that's really not a hammer candle. But that's what you would be looking for in the A to B equals CD to downside. Again, I'll just do that on this chart here because you guys can do this at home too. And that's just simply drawing the A to B line and then going ahead and copying that. Now, what this doesn't do is it doesn't give you the expansion levels, which are very helpful. Because remember, only about 60% of the time are you going to have a one-to-one. We can see in this case here, this is an expansion of that C to D leg. So you're really looking for, in the case of energy transfer, you're looking for a bullish reversal candle to confirm a Gartley buy pattern. And that's coming from the daily time frame chart. When I look at the weekly, prices below its oscillator and change line, it's got a TD9 count top. It's above profile levels. So this says that price could be, not that it will, but it could be targeting somewhere between 775 and about 850. Between 775 and 850 is where you have a bunch of potential support levels. You've got TAS market profiles on a weekly basis and its actual breakout area. So that's what I see when I take a look at energy transfers. Wait for a bullish reversal candle to form, Ray, and then maybe the two of us will take a look at it. So thanks so much for writing in, and hope that helps you out with both of those instruments. The next question coming in is from Joe, and Joe wants to take a look at the plug. So let's get plug powered up here. We'll take a look at its 8-panel charts, and Joe is looking for an entry point for a long position. So plug is going to form bar number 9 of a TD9 count today. And that says the low on this could come in today or tomorrow. Not a real clear A to B equals CD to the downside. So you'd only have your TD9 count pattern. And what we would want to do at that stage out here, Joe, is we would want to see some type of bottoming signal on a 30-minute time frame, such as the two that it has right now. It has wave number 7, that's letter G, and a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. So it's got some potential out here. The confirmation that the 30-minute chart is signaling a change in trend on the daily would actually be a close above 28.36. Now that's $2 above where it's trading right now. Do I suggest you get in right now? I don't. Not just yet. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we were going to the hard break at the end of that call, and I just wanted to, or into the synopsis of plug, and wanted to make sure I said, hey, not yet. So the reason I said not yet, when I look at this 130-minute time frame chart out here, there's a couple of things that pop out at me. One, this just looks like a linear, for me, just a linear move down. And although I can't prove it, this is what a stock chart would look like, especially on an intraday basis, for a trading desk that had orders to liquidate a position out here. Don't let things get out of control one way or the other. Just keep it nice and steady, Eddie. There was a TD9 count bottom that formed on the bar following bar number 9. It's done it a couple of times out here. The first one was right here at 1140. And this was at 1140 on June the 12th. And price never cleared its oscillator and change line, just a little bit of a move higher off that TD9 bottom. And then it resumed lower. We've got another one. And on this other one that happened here at 1140, price got right up to that oscillator and change line and negated it. So this still remains bearish. And so this, again, looks like a trading desk, although I can't prove it, that is exiting a position inside of plug. So just be careful here. TD9 count, that low could come tomorrow out there. And so I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much, and best of luck to you. We've got a caller on the line. It is John. Is this John in Philly?
Hello, Steve.
Hey, John. How are you today?
Pretty good, thanks. Thanks for taking the call. Steve, I wanted to ask for your help, please, on the crude oil futures contract, the NYMEX contract. Very specific question I'm asking myself, wondering if your weekly stuff might be of assistance with answering this question. Specifically, it's this. We've been rallying, for forever now, it seems, but most recently, the daily chart, we had a mid-May low, down about 62. So from mid-May into early July, we've rallied 62 up to 77. I'm wondering if you can show your work of relevance with that rally phase and answer with the objective of trying to answer the question, where must any pullback here hold for another multi-week rally phase to follow after this correction following that mid-May to early June rally?
Sure. So thanks for the question. You mentioned the weekly, so I'm going to go right to the weekly first and give you what that number is, and that is 68.81. This week, what Lightspeed Crude is attempting to do is to form a new profile. So the resistance level is 75.62. This week's high so far is 75.52, I believe. Yeah, 75.52. And right now, price is sitting right at a level of support, and that is the center. So this weekly profile is pretty evenly distributed, and the center is where both buyers and sellers reside. That level is 71.54. The low so far, and that low came, I believe, today, is 71.50. And our eyes can also gravitate over to the left-hand side, John, to see that this could be a bottom. So in this rally to the upside, let me just expand out the daily time frame and explain to you what it is that we're looking at. You can see coming off the lows from back here in November 2020, we have only seen Lightspeed Crude trade below the bottom of its daily profile for about 2 sessions. That's it. If we're wondering where is the buy the dip point, well, on the daily basis, it was hit this morning, and that is at $72 even Steven. That is the bottom of its bearish structured daily profile that actually formed today. So if price is able to close below 72.28, John, it would be a signal that that 68.81 level would become the target. Can you see that? I don't know if you're watching.
I can, yes. I'm following.
Perfect.
In the Tiger's Den and Tiger TV. It's very helpful. I follow you.
Okay. Any questions about that?
That defines the parameters pretty clearly. Might I ask you to please, on that weekly chart, pull up the chart of that weekly on the white background that gives highlights different information a bit more prominently, please?
Sure. So here is the weekly time frame chart again. And on this weekly chart, this is a very strong pattern that is out here. Now, the strong pattern is this had a TD9 count pattern that completed 5 weeks ago. And the very, very following week, that pattern was negated. That tells us about a strong momentum move to the upside. If tomorrow price closes below 72.93, we're at 72.31 right now, that would be an indication that we may get that further pullback, because that would be a close below the oscillator unchanged line out there. But we really would need 2 closes. But in this case here, we're not getting a signal. I'm not getting a signal that this is any kind of a major top out here. And then the ultimate support level would be down at 58.50 on a weekly basis. That is the breakout area. Is there any other information that you need off of this weekly chart?
No, I'm hesitating only because I'm looking in Tiger TV at that weekly chart on the white background, assessing the data. Now that I've done so, the answer is no. You've answered the question pretty clearly.
Okay.
I continue to, just for what it's worth, trade this from the long side exclusively, other than just scalp shorts managing a long position.
Yeah.
But always cognizant of the possibility, given we've rallied so far for so long, that a short-term top could lead to something more substantial pulling back. So
sure.
I think I'm now fully equipped. So thanks so much, Steve.
You bet, John, and thanks so much for calling. And really, folks, so on the light sweet crude chart, what we noticed here was on the daily time frame, price was pulling back to a level of support. And John is saying, hey, I'm right now trying to consider just really trading this to the long side. So when price is moving down into a level of support, what we like to see on the shorter term time frames are bottoming signals. And that's exactly what we got today, this morning. So as price was testing that level, there was a Rhodes momentum indicator pattern that was present. There was a bullish profile that was present. We're looking at a 30-minute chart out there. And it was confirmed with this little bull sash. Now, the reason I bring this up is because we got that bottom. Prices rallied. I don't have a reason why prices stopped where it has here just yet. But really what John is looking at, what I'm looking at, is watching this retracement. Because if this was another buy the dip area, then the retracement should basically hold where we're at about right now, which is around $72.15, which is that oscillator and change line. What it really needs to hold is 71.19. So right now live, I'm not saying to go ahead and buy it, but this is really what you'd be looking at, and this could be setting up an A to B equals C D to the upside. That's assuming that this 72.15 level here holds. So I appreciate that call from John, the Light Recruit, and that kind of wraps that up. We're about to go to a hard break. So let's just take a quick peek at where we're at inside the markets. You know what? Let's take a quick peek to see where are we at with regard to the spot volatility index. The spot volatility is trading at 1748. The 50-day exponential moving average is 1753. Do those 5 cents, does that nickel mean anything? It means everything. You close, you stay below that 50-day exponential moving average, the S&P 500 can continue to rally. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So one of our dinners is looking for a long entry into Ocugen, ticker symbols OCGN out here. And here's what we know. We take a look at the daily time frame. Now, in this daily chart, we're going to see a number of TD9 counts that this instrument has respected. You've got a nice TD9 count back here on March 30th. You got a nice little rally. This was into a bearish structured profile. Price makes it up to resistance, which was the top of that bearish structured profile, moves lower. Makes a top out here back on May 3rd with a nice TD9 count pattern. Didn't form a TD9 count. Even though it has a TD9 count, it was not a valid bottoming signal back in this area here in the middle of May. Makes another TD9 count top back here on June 29th. And then yesterday was a TD9 count with the bar following bar number 9. And prices below that and its breakout level of 628. So this is suggesting to us that price, Mike, should get down to about the 583 area. What would you be looking for there? What I would be looking for on the short-term time frame charts are the type of bottoming signals that it has, but each of these are failing right now. So this could even get below that 590-ish level out there. I think that was the number 580. What was it, 583? 583 out there. So be careful here. I would really be watching for short-term signals, Mike, and we just don't have anything right now. If anything, what we have is short-term failure signals out there. So maybe this is going to get a whole lot worse with regard to Ocugen, and which this must have been a reverse merger or something along that line. It's hard for me to believe this was at $210. And but maybe it was at some point in time. So I hope that helps you out. We've got a request inside the Tiger's Den as well. Another one to look at Freeport-McMoRan. FCX is a ticker symbol. And the question here is looking for an entry level. So I won't go into the scenario that we always do, which is if you're going to trade FCX, you've got to be paying attention to the Australian dollar. More so than taking a look at what copper is doing. You need that too. But FCX is really a hard instrument to trade. But you're looking for a bottom out here, and the bottom is already in. Well, the bottom pattern, that is the bottom in is really the question. And I don't know what the Australian dollar is doing, but here's what we take a look at FCX. This formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom on July the 9th, and it did it when price gapped to the upside. But what price didn't do, and this is really important to understand here, Mike and everybody else, when we take a look at these profiles, the very first thing that you and I do when we look at them is try to understand, is it weighted in one direction? Is it bullish, bearish, or is it neutral? In this case here, that profile is bullish in structure. And when price closed, so it's bullish in structure, and if it's only a counter trend type rally, price will find resistance at the center of that, which is at 36.81. It got very close to that level. So now under attack inside of FCX is that real bottom signal, is that swing point. Now the swing point that it's moving into has volume of about 24 million. and you're only at 9 million today. So maybe it's going to test that level, but you're looking for an entry point. And really, as that test unfolds, we would need to go back and see what the Australian dollar is doing, and we want to take a look at short-term signals out here. You can see each of these. Even the 130-minute has a short-term Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. The 30-minute has negated its bottoming signal out there. So this is an indication that FCX wants to head lower. Well, we already established that and take a look at the daily time frame. So I can't give you a dollar amount just yet. We need to see what unfolds here with regard to FCX. But my suggestion is, if you're going to trade this, please get access and pay attention to what's going on inside the Australian dollar. Otherwise, you're just trading with one hand tied behind your back, and I don't want you to do that. Next question here coming in from, we've got a phone call. So let's go out to Mike. Mike, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
I'm doing great, Steve. Steve, I'm looking at my daily chart of Apple, and I see a big bearish engulfing candle. And I know you were talking about a top like today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if anyway, what are your areas of good support where you think we should be looking for a bullish signal to get back in?
Sure. So here's the deal right now as we take a look at Apple. There are really three potential topping patterns that are in play right now. There's a large A to B equals CD, and this is at about the 1.272 expansion. So I'm not showing that here on the screen, but I am sharing that with you, Mike, and everybody that's watching. The second pattern is a TD9 count. And this is going to become bar number 9 today. And the third pattern is a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. And what Mike was referring to there, folks, is that if we do get a bearish engulfing candle at day's end, that will confirm the Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Now, here's the difficulty in Apple. So you have a valid top, and this would suggest that price should pull back to test its oscillator and change line. Turns out right now, Mike, that the oscillator and change line is right near the top of its daily profile, which is about 144.89. So even if we get the topping signal today, which looks like we will, its message is really still neutral because there have been no key levels of support that this has taken out. And when asking the question, hey, where is a buy point? Well, it happens to be those support levels should they hold. So, of course, what you'd want to do if Apple does pull back into that 144 level is you'd want to go take a look at the short-term time frame charts, 15, 30, 65 minute to see if there's some kind of bottom signal. Now, speaking of that, as I look to the 30-minute time frame chart, if a price does close lower and gets below the price point of 147.43, and it does it between 2 and 3 o'clock, that could be a TD9 count bottom on a 30-minute time frame out here. So is Apple making a bigger turn? It may be. It's giving us the signals, but is it giving us the signal that it's just simply all out bearish? Absolutely not. It's just not. So what additional information, and take a look at these charts or anything else, can I help you with?
Steve, that's pretty much it. I do a lot of intraday trading, and I utilize intraday charts, 15, 10, and even 1 minute to fine-tune entries and exits. And that's pretty much what I do. I look for something to make some kind of a top or bottom, and then I look for areas of support or resistance. And, sometimes my short-term day trades don't yield a whole lot, but if you do a couple of them, it adds up at the end of the day.
Hey, 2 nickels make a dime. 2 dimes make a quarter today with inflation. Or something along those lines. It's probably 2 quarters make it. It's probably two quarters make
really
a dime.
Not trying to admit that we have inflation, Steve, remember?
Well, I just want to make sure that we're talking about different kinds of inflation out here. When that question had come up. So yeah, are we paying higher prices for stuff? Absolutely. It's a supply-demand inflation at this stage, which is what everybody talks about, all the printing of money and how that's going to create massive inflation out there. I just have to say, well, so does that mean we're going to ignore all the printing of money since 2008? And the U.S. dollar index is trading higher, not lower out there. You know what I mean? So, and they talk about the way to control inflation is to increase rates. You know why he does not want to increase rates out there? because what he knows is the moment he does that, there's just going to be a flood of capital from overseas that continues to come here because those rates overseas are negative and our rates are positive. And that'll put even more strength inside the U.S. dollar out there and will confuse everybody. So, Mike, I hope that helps you out with regard to Apple. Yeah, it's got those tops. It's just a tough one to call because the daily hasn't taken out any levels of support. All right, my friend?
All right, thanks again.
You bet. Have a great day. We'll be right back, folks.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com and hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com and hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. I don't know that I can get to all the requests out here, but I'll try. So we've got one from John. John's looking to take a long position in ticker symbol JMIA, and he noticed that yesterday was a TD9 count. And the question is, would I take this trade? What I also see out here, John, in this instance is an A to B equals CD to the downside. So that is completed. You're at the 1.272 level. And so first, the answer to your question is, would you consider taking a trade here? Yes. I would rather, because price is below red oscillator and change line, I'd really rather wait for that bullish reversal signal out here, unless I saw something really compelling on the short-term time frame chart, and I don't see anything compelling on the short-term time frame chart. So I believe the better approach would be to wait for a bullish reversal candle to confirm that Gartley pattern to the downside. The reason why this may be right here, right now, an entry point is price is trading right in the support of its weekly profile as well. But these shorter-term time frames Don't really like what I see at the moment out here. So I would be patient when it comes to ticker symbol JMIA. David writes in, and he wants to take a look at ExxonMobil. XOM is the ticker symbol. So let's get this fired up. And this is forming an A to B equals CD to the downside is his question. So while this gets fired up here, okay, great, we've got it. On a daily basis, in a daily time frame, prices trade below a swing point with lighter volume. The swing point has about 18 million shares. That is from the trading day of right here, where price July the 8th. And you're testing that right now with about 9.5 million shares, so lighter. But prices below its breakout level of 59.45. This is the daily time frame. So, yeah, I'd say the A to B equals CD pattern is out there. Price may be targeting 55.44. There's no other bottom signal that I see out here inside of ExxonMobil. So, yeah, be patient out there with regard to ticker symbol XOM. Sorry to a couple of folks that I wasn't able to get to your request out there, but thanks for writing in. Maybe we can take a look at those tomorrow. Stay tuned. 2 more great hours are left. Your favorite polar bears up next. David White after that. Tom O'Brien will bring us on home. I'll be back with you on Fantastic Friday. Have a terrific Thursday, folks.